Hello everyone, this is
Afro
Hada. My name is Josh.
My name is Sue.
And as part of running different art projects,
we're gonna reviewing different films, animation, documentary, and a music video, like different forms of video content.
Correct, and we'll try to stay on projects which are culturally and aesthetically important.
And today, first project we're gonna review is
Intergalactic! Yeah, let's go. Intergalactic is a project that brings together two things in one. First is the hip hop album, and there is the animated series. But for this review, we are only going to talk much about the animated series. It was created by Kid Cudi and is currently available on Netflix. The story is about this protagonist artist. His name is Jabari. He's on the verge of success and he moves into a new neighborhood in Manhattan. And guess what? He meets this beautiful girl. Meadow, Meadow is her name. She's a photographer. Very exciting. And you know, as they become friends and get to know each other and open up a little bit, magic happens. Yeah, we don't want to spoil that part. Yeah. So we did watch this film and we wrote down some points which we thought makes this film as culturally and aesthetically important. And some of those points are, would you just give us the first one?
I think the first point is it's a story of African American by African American. The story was written by Kid Cudi. And also song was created by Kid Cudi. And Kid Cudi also one of the producers.
But he did bring in a number of talents from here and there to be able to put that vision together. So that's really great. And for me, the second point that I thought was also important about this film, it's in the way it pays homage to, you know, the greats in the African American community, especially the artists. The obvious one is Virgil Abloh, the fashion designer whom we all know so well. So there's a reference to him. And other than him, there's also references to people like Jimi Hendrix, which you'll be able to see in this film. So it makes it really, really culturally important.
It's a kind of really unique to show New York City to the people, because like as you can think, New York is full of buildings and business and cars, but in the film you can see like this youth enjoying bicycle or skateboarding.
They've been in a park sometimes, just chatting, chilling. It's kind of toned down, right?
With a vivid color.
And for me, that connects me to my next point. Most films, or rather scenes which I've watched about New York, especially about young black men, it's always about guns. People dying here, killing each other there and here.
Very wild.
Really, really wild, you know. But that kind of detail, the guns and the shooting, it doesn't exist in this film. And I think that's a unique thing that stands out about the film.
It's full of emotions and happy, including weed.
Well.
Stay off the weed.
And I'd like to say about the graphics. I think, like in terms of story, I would say it's just a normal romantic comedy. But if you see the graphic styles, the animation styles of the film, it's really stunning.
Could you tell us about this guy, Mikhail from Poland, I believe?
So the animation studio in London, they look for the perfect graphic styles to
kind of capture the story.
Capture the story. And then they found this illustrator. His artwork is really unique, like heavily textures on the paintings, and also really rough, sketchy.
I thought it was really kind of very vivid as well.
And also really, really vivid.
And it brings in as many colors as possible.
It captures the lighting or atmosphere or some emotions really well.
But on that point, could you just remember a scene that you thought, this one really stuck on my mind because of the visual look of it? Is there any particular scene you can think of right away?
Maybe the main, when Kid Cudi, the main.
Which scene is that?
Maybe the scene where Jabari took Meadow and ride a bicycle. But in terms of that scene, I think it's really related to Kid Cudi's album, because he tried to use the same theme, like universe and some colors like orange, red, and yellow thing, and it's really well mingled in that scene. So I think that's the essence of this film and the albums.
That's quite interesting how he's able to, maintain his visual reference from his past artworks with the, with the album covers in the past, and he kind of connects that part of this project. So when you see the visual look, even though we credit Mikhail, the illustrator from Poland, for a lot of work in it, but he kind of just brings to life what Kid Cudi already imagines. So that's really great thing to see in this project.
Yeah, that's really good collaboration.
Yeah. So like Sue said, you know, Intergalactic is not just a visual animated project. It's actually started off as a hip hop album. So I think it's a way in which Kid Cudi was able to present his work in a bigger way, bigger than hip hop album itself. And in that case, it kind of reimagines how artists can, you know, combine different media to present their work. We know Beyonce have done that before with Lemonade, and Prince long time ago did the same thing with Purple Rain. But using animation, I think Kid Cudi is the first to do it in a big way, and we can see that clearly in this project. Yeah.
And I also recommend you guys to listen to the music before you watch the film.
Good point.
Because he actually create the songs before create the storyline or all these graphic styles or details of the film.
Yeah, yeah.
So actually the film is really represent the hip hop album.
Yeah, the story is technically a black story, but in terms of the voiceovers, the casting of the voiceovers, it's very diverse, you know. And once you watch it, you'll be able to see how that kind of reflects the face of New York, I would say, because New York as a city is a very culturally diverse city, and we see that in the casting and the voiceovers.
If you watch Intergalactic, please let us know what you thought.
And if you haven't watched it, please go watch it and come meet us in the comments section. This has been an episode of Afrohada Pop Review.
We can't wait to see you next time.
Peace out. Intro is just we don't
okay.
need to sing out much.
Yeah.
Wait.